Okay. So good evening, guys, and welcome to our functional testing classes. Okay, it's a day 4, right? This is so till yesterday we have discussed on the different concepts of testings, like different types of testing, like unit testing or integration testing. Okay, white box, black box. Okay, and UAT testing. So black box testing, which mainly conduct, which mainly who will do that? So the testers or QA people will mainly focus on the system testing. That is also known as black box testing, because that is completely blank, because they don't know the code or program what the developers have written. They know only the functionality of that. So that's the reason the black box testing is done by the testers. So yesterday also we have discussed a few of the process models, right? So one is waterfall model and prototype, and is one more spiral, right? We have discussed on this thing. Okay, so we'll continue on that. So today we'll discuss on the V model. Okay, guys, please concentrate more on this model. This is one of the main useful model. Okay, and it is also, and you will get, if you concentrate more on this model, you'll get like minimum 2 questions. Okay, wherever you go. Okay, like an interview or ISTQB certification, wherever you go, you'll get, definitely you'll get 2 questions on this. Okay, let me share the way. Okay, so let me draw some diagram. Okay. What it is? Which shape it is?
V.
Okay, so what we are discussing now?
V model. V and V model.
I told only V model. So only V model. One side is verification, and the other side is validation. Okay, and here for the first phase is BRS or SRS or CR. User requirement, right? Okay, specification. And this side is, okay, we'll go line by line. Okay, this side will mainly focus on SRS. Okay, HLD and low level design is, and this phase is coding. Okay, so who will do this coding testing is done by developers. So it is unit testing, and unit testing is done, they will do integration testing. Once integration is testing done, they will do system testing. System testing is done, we will do UAT testing. Okay. Okay. So V model. So it is one of the process model from SDLC model. Okay, what is SDLC? Is software development life cycle. In SDLC, we have few of the models. What are the waterfall model, agile model, V model, spiral model, and prototype model? So we already discussed about prototype, spiral, and waterfall model. And the left is V model and agile model. So today completely focus on this V model. Why? Because I'm focusing completely today means this is one of the most and major important model. Okay, so V model, it is also called as VV models, like verification and validation model also you can call it. So, and why it is called as V model means it is a shape of V model. Okay, the shape of V model. And now, okay, and now we will discuss more on this model. Okay, here if you see, one side is verification, okay, and other side is validation. Okay, so this is also called as VV model, means verification and validation model. Okay, in this model, like all the development and testing activities will go in parallel. Okay, so all the development and testing activities will go on the parallel. Okay, one second. So if you see this, okay, one side, it is verifications. One side is verification, and this part is completely verification part. Okay, this completely is verification part. Okay, this part is completely verification part in development activities. Okay, all is in development activities, and the other side is validation. Okay, so validation means it is a testing activities will done this side. Okay, so now if you observe the side by side, okay, if you observe side by side, okay, so SDLC process will start from requirements, right? So SDLC process will start from where? It starts from the requirements understanding, right? So here BRS or SRC or sorry SRS or URS, okay, means BRS means business requirement specification. Okay, S, okay, sorry, not SRS, this is a CRS. Okay, anyhow, let's treat it as a CRS. Okay, CRS means a customer requirement specification, or URS means user requirement specification. Okay, we can call anything. Okay, so basically these are documents. Okay, so all this means these are means documentation. Okay, which are provided by the customers. Okay, which are provided by the customers, which contains the customer requirements, which contains the customer requirement. This is very important process. Okay, but this is very general format and they are not in technical format. So here this document contains only general information, like what is the requirements, like I need login page, I need transaction page. Okay, like profile updation page or registration page, something. Okay, it is written in a general language format. Here we don't mention any technical information. Technical information means in which language we have to develop this particular application. Okay, like the Java or automation, okay, Python, whatever. Those information will not be provided here in this SRS or BRS document. Okay, so here only it's a general format documents, like the requirements will be specified in a, like an English format. Okay, in the English in our general language. Okay, so again, business analyst, here the main person is business analyst or project manager will prepare some document. Okay, so here the business analyst or project manager, whoever, okay, so they will prepare some documents which is called as SRS document. Okay, software requirement specification. What is SRS means? Software requirement specification based upon the BRS documents. Okay, based on these documents, okay, the project manager or business analyst, okay, he will prepare a document, okay, that is called SRS documents. Okay, and it is in more technical format. Okay, it is more in a technical format. Okay, the outers cannot the customers can't understand this document. Okay, only who have the technical knowledge, they will understand this SRS document. Okay, so BRS document is something like it is in a general format, like the customer requirements. It contains customer requirements, but in a general English format. Okay, it doesn't have any technical information or any diagrams. Okay, just in a simple documents. Okay, like something like a story. Okay, it is there in like a story. But the project manager analyze that requirements and he will create some technical document. Okay, like technical documents, which language we have to use, what are the tools we need to use for automation or for testing. Okay, so how many days. Okay, everything will be there in the SRS document. So it is completely more technical format. Okay, even developers or testers or everybody in the team can understand this SRS document. Okay, so everybody in the team can understand this SRS document, which contains data flow diagrams, ER diagrams, use cases, and everything which will be there in the SRS document. Okay, it's a purely technical document. Okay, and also what are the validations we need to perform, like what is the functionality of the application. Okay, I will be there in this SRS document. So this will be prepared based on the BRS document. Okay, so SRS documents will be prepared based on the SRS or CRS or URS or BRS, whatever you can call. Okay, based on this technical document will be created. For this technical document, we can call it as a SRS, which means software requirement specifications. So these are the two initial level of documents. Okay, these are the two initial level of documents when software development is started. Okay, and then based on this, okay, These are all comes under the requirement phases only. Okay, these are all comes under the requirement phases in the SDLC model. So SDLC, this is the first phase. Okay, these are the two phases, and like these are the two levels comes under as the first phase. First phase means requirements. Okay, so and then we'll get a design phase. So in the previous class, as I said, for SDLC model, what are the levels we have is one is requirements, and the second is design, and third is coding, and then testing, and then deployment or maintenance, right? So here in the requirement level, we are getting these two parts. Okay, one is like a BRS document, and then there is SRS documents. Okay, here. Okay, in the first phase, we'll get these two levels. Okay, and the next is design. The SDLC process next is design. Here, okay, here in this V model, the next phase is HLD and LLD. So HLD means high level design, and LLD means low level design. Okay, so the document is also based on, these will prepare based upon this SRS document. Okay, guys, are you getting or not? Otherwise, am I going fast? Speak up.
Yeah,
Getting right? Okay. Okay. So HLD and LLD means high level design document, okay, and lower level design document. Okay, these will be prepared based upon the document by the SRS. Okay, we will prepare the next phase is design phase. Okay, this completely belongs to design phase. Okay, so in design phase, we have a documents called HLD and LLD. Means HLD means high level design document and low level design document. So high level design documents contains the picture of the software. Okay, in the high level design document, we'll have the picture of the document. Okay, others, please be mute yourself. Okay, this is the recording session, right? So if you have any questions, then only unmute. Until then, you can please be on mute. Karthik. Okay. So like this high level design document will get contains like only the diagrammatic representation, like year diagrams. Okay, how the flow will be there. Okay, from login page. This is login page. After login page, we should have the home page. After home page, we should get the registration page. Okay, like after the profile updation page. Okay, after that the check balance page, like this. Okay, in the high level, we have the designs in this format. Okay, and every use case will be there in there. It will be represented in a ER diagrams or data flow diagrams. So everything will be in a diagrammatic representation form only. Okay, when come to the low level design document, it is very detailed design document. Okay, formally full project will be divided into modules, like so we discussed before the class, right? Sorry. So one program. Okay, in the program, what are the things we have written, the logics. Okay, other person has written some other logics. Okay, we will combine all these programs into module, right? So all these details will be there in this LLD. Okay, low level design document. Okay, so again, these modules will be divided into sub modules also. Like okay, first person will let's say example, the first person has to develop a login page. So in the login page, what are the things we have? Username, password, something like a login button, and sign in or register. These are the things available on the home page, right? So for this task, multiple people will take part. Okay, one person will work on the username. Okay, and other person will work on password. Okay, and other person will work on sign in, and the other person will work on the register. So here, these modules. Okay, this is one modules. Okay, and this login page is one model. So and in the login page, like username, password, login, sign in, these are the sub modules. Okay, they will, okay, the people developers will take as a separate task. Okay, so HLD and LLD preparation will be designed by the designers only during the design phase. And once the design is completed, then developer will start coding based on the LLD, okay, and the low level design document based on the, so in the low level design document, we have the complete information, okay, like from which phase to, like from the start to end, okay, even in HL also we have the complete information, but it is not in the detailed information, it is in the high level, like everything will be decided in the diagrammatically representation, but here in the LLD, we will get only everything will be in the detailed phase, okay, in the login page what should be there, okay, in the home page what should be there, okay, in the profile page what should be there, so everything will be there in the detailed format, okay. So the developers will follow only the low level design documents. Based on this, okay, they will start work on the coding, okay. Once, okay, so if we see this, these are all the verification part, okay, if we see this, these are all the verification part, okay, because here we don't have any software is ready, okay, here in the verification process we don't have anything software is ready, because everything is documentation, Srs documentation, Srs document, HL is everything is document, and coding is also something like a document only, right? So we don't have anything ready. So coding is something like a documents. Until the coding is finishes, we'll get a bill, then only we can treat as a software. Until then we can treat as a document only. So if you observe here, we need to review the document of BRS, okay. If you observe here, we need to review the document of BRS, and we need to review the SRS document, and also we need to review the HLD and LLD. So okay, if these are all correct, and then only, and whatever the software is developing is correct one, okay. So whatever we are reviewing in each and every phase, okay, everything is correct means then only we are developing a valid software, okay, because the software development is based on these documents. So these documents are input to the development of a software. So these are all the documents are input to the development of any software. So here there are many reviews will happen, because to ensure the documents are correct, it's like because the documents are valid or not, okay. So in each and every phase, like BRS or SRS or HLD, okay, whatever the phases here we have, right, everything will be reviewed, okay. In every phase the review will happen. We'll see that the documents are valid or not. So here verification means, are we following the process correctly or not, okay. So here verification means, are we following the process correctly or not. So in each and every step, okay, if I do something like in each and every step, if I do something, are we doing correctly or not, that is verification. In general example, okay, if we are doing, okay, if I do something, okay, if I want to do something, okay, that I will check whether I will do correctly or not, okay, that is verification. So to ensure the correctness or completeness of the documentation, okay, simply says to ensure the correctness and completeness of documentation is called verification, okay. In simple words we can say the correctness or completeness of documentation is called a verification. Guys, clear? Okay,
Yes,
clear?
clear.
Okay, if not, please let me know, because we'll get at least minimum 2 questions on this, okay. And so if we do step-by-step verification process, okay, so this is all one area. So this is all one area. What is the term? Which involves verification. So this is all one area which, okay, verification involves, okay, verification involves means reviewing the document, okay, not only reviewing the document, sometimes we do walk through or inspection. So we'll okay, we'll do some walkthrough or inspection of these documents, okay. What is this walkthrough or inspection means, we'll discuss in the after the completing of this view model, okay. Maybe I hope so next or end of this class, okay, these 2 technical words, okay. So sometimes we no need to, sorry, we won't review or verify in the documentation, okay. Sometimes we will do walkthrough, okay, walkthrough or inspection, okay. We'll discuss at the end of the class or tomorrow, okay, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next class. So once the coding is ready here, okay, here once the coding is ready, okay, means the software will be ready. So once the coding is done, then we can treat as the software is ready. So then validation part will start, okay. So once the coding is done, then we'll start validation, okay. The validation part will start, okay, from here. So what the developer will do once he done his coding, okay, what we will do is validate the code is working or not. That is called as unit testing. So in unit testing, what we'll do, the developer will perform some validation whether his program, okay, whatever the logic he has written, okay, that he will test, right? That program is working as per the requirement or as per his task or not. Okay, so that is unit testing. So unit testing is also part of validation. So before software is ready, we do only verification. Okay, before software is ready, we will do only the verification. Once the software is ready, we'll start validation. So as part of validation, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, okay, UAT testing, all this comes under the validation part only. So validation is something like we are doing testing. So what is validation means? Here we are checking our product or project whether it is working as per the customer requirements or not. So in the validation means what we are doing here is we are checking or testing our project or product whether it is working as per the customer requirement or not. So whatever the customer provided, okay, so whatever the customer provided the requirement, it should work as per it. Okay, that is kind of validation. So few things to be understand is verification happens before software is developed. Guys, listen carefully, because why I'm repeating the statement is multiple times, because everything is important. That's the reason I'm repeating the same statement multiple times. Okay. So so verification happens when before the software is developed. Okay, before the software is ready, the verification start. Once the software is ready, okay, we'll start validation. Okay, so verification when it will happen before the software is ready, and when the validation takes place after the software is ready. Just concentrate before and after. Okay, before verification when it will happen before the application or software is getting ready. When the validation takes place only after the software is ready. Okay, so these are all the validation techniques. Okay, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, etc. Whatever we have here, those are all the validation techniques. So all levels of testing will come under the validation testing. So validation phase. So first level of testing is unit testing. So first level of testing is unit testing. We need to do on unit testing. We need to do on the coding, whether the logic or program, whatever the developer has written, is working or not. Okay, this is what type of testing technique it is? White box technique. Okay, white box testing technique again. And integration testing. Okay, in the integration testing we do based upon the HLD and LLD. Okay, based upon the HLD and LLD. In the HLD and LLD, what we have high level and low level, like every detail task or detail programs or detail understanding of the requirements. So we here also integration testing. Who will do the integration testing? Integration
Developers.
Right. So developers. So once they have written done unit testing, multiple developers will they will combine all those programs into a single module. So in the LLD also I said, right? So a login page. So multiple people, this person is developer username, some person developer password, some person developer login, some other developer this. So at the end, like in the HLD or LLD, we have like in LLD, we have complete this requirement. So what they will do, all the programs or all the developers will combine or integrate all the programs into a single module. So which is also known as, here we are taking example as login page. So here like multiple people involved in different tasks. So at the end, they will integrate all these tasks into a single model, and they will finally see that login page is working or not as per the requirement or not. So here integration testing will happen whether my login page is working as per the requirement or not, only after integrating all these programs into a single module. Okay. So in order to integration testing, we need to refer these two documents. What are the documents? HLD and LLD. So this document. So this is done by the developers and it comes under the white box testing. Okay. So till now we have covered unit testing, whether code is working or not, and also we have done integration testing. Developers have done integration testing by mixing or integrating all those programs into a single module. Okay. And then system testing. Okay, and then is system testing. This is the main area all our testers are involved. Okay, this is the main area all our testers are involved. So in this system testing, we need to refer all our SRS documents. So in SRS document, what we have the complete technical information. Okay, and the complete technical information for the customer requirements. So the testing team should know about this one. Okay, the testing team should know about this SRS document. Means in the SRS document, we have complete functionality of the requirements, customer requirements. Okay, by seeing this document, the testers or QA people has to get knowledge on the complete functionality. Okay, by using this SRS document only, the testers or QA people will work on the test cases or test scenarios or test plans, whatever. Okay, based on this document. So by reading this document, complete functionality of the application, okay, we'll get the knowledge of complete functionality of the customer requirements or application. Okay, so based on this document only, the testers will perform system testing. System testing means end-to-end testing from the login page to logout to whatever there. Every functionality will test by the testers. But in the integration testing, nothing. Okay, they won't test any functionality. Okay, whether the login page is working or not, they will check. The rest they won't do anything. Okay, everything will be done in the testing phase. Okay, so here the testers are involved. So in the system, we need to refer our SRS document, which contains all the functionality provided by the customers, and we need to be thoroughly understand the requirements. Okay, and then we test the complete software, where the software or application, whether it is working according to the customer requirements or not. That is all about system testing. Okay, system testing, what is, we'll test whether complete functionality of your customer requirements is working or not. That we will validate during the system testing. So here we won't test any code. We test the overall functionality of the application with respect to the customer requirement. Okay, with respect to customer requirement, this is comes under the black box testing, as we discussed in earlier, right? And what input document is here for system testing, for the input, what is the input document is SRS document. So it is our SRS document is our input document, and then user acceptance testing will done by the users based on their document. Okay, so here the QA people will test based on this document. So once once the QA team certifies that we don't find any bugs and this is a buggy free, we can hand over that to the customers. Okay, UAT will do by the customers. Okay, the users and users will work on the UAT testing based on their own document. Okay, here they don't have any technical document, they have only general, like a story document. Okay, by seeing that, they will test their application on their own, and then once that UAT testing is feel that they did not find any bug, then they will release to the market. Otherwise they will send back to here. Okay, your customers will send back to the testers. Okay, clear?
Clear.
Clear.
Suresh, can we say that IRCTC app, it's based on this model?
That we cannot say by seeing any application. We cannot say whether it is in like based on V model or Agile model. Okay, so it's decided by their company, IRCTC company. They will decide. Okay, their management will decide how can we approach. Okay, after completion of any application, we cannot say which model they have used, because we don't know how they have developed or how they have tested, right? If we tested our own application, then we should know which model we have followed or not. But generally, it's IRCTC also, I think they followed agile process, I'm thinking, because there are multiple requirement has been changed. So initially it was something like only hard UI, right? But nowadays it is changing day by day, right? Like monthly. So maybe it is, you can think as a, so there is some requirements enhancements is happening, right? So can treat as agile. Okay, because in agile we can update or modify any requirements, right? So yeah, okay. So any application, by seeing that we cannot say, okay, but we cannot say which model they have processed. Okay, we don't know what happened to that, right? How they
Suresh,
have
in between they have some modification they want to conduct. So it can be possible or not?
Where I didn't get your question. Come again.
In V model, if they want any sort of modification or there is a change in requirements, so can it happen smoothly or it will take hex?
No, in V model also we cannot accept any new requirements, anything. Only anything will happen in the middle minute, that is only agile. Okay, and agile only we can add or update of the requirements. Okay, in rest of the models we cannot. It's a fixed requirements. Okay, this let me complete this V model completely so that you will get some idea. Okay, those things I did not say anything about that. So at the end I will discuss about the advantages and disadvantages. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You should ask. How to talk. Don't say now. I told you right. I don't like sorry. Okay. Okay. So where are we? Okay. So user acceptance testing will done by the users. Users means the customers. Okay. And based on their own document like DRS or URS or CRS, whatever they call it as. So which is created by customers only. So the customers recheck the software whether it is working as per the requirement or not. So that is called as, that is also we can treat as a black box testing, because here also they don't know the coding or anything. They also know only the functionality. So we can treat as UAT testing is also black box testing only. Here also they don't see any code, right? So one side is verification and other side is validation. Two things we remember is verification should perform before the software is ready. That means we need to verify only documentation part. Okay, in the verification process we can verify only the documentation part, whatever the document saying about the software, the documents are ready or not. We do a lot of reviews. Okay, that is called verification, like we are following the correct approach or not. That is the main intention of the verification. Validation means whatever we already done, that is working correctly or not according to the requirements or not. That is about validation part. But when you do unit testing, okay, that is already done something. You already develop a software on top of the software or application. You do testing, integration testing, system testing, and unit testing. So all these parts will come to the validation part or testing. Okay, so testing is done only after the completion of the software, means validation will do only after the completion of the software. So here it involves static testing, dynamic testing. Okay, so in the validation part, can I erase this? Are you guys clear on this? So that I can go with
Clear, sir.
A small doubt.
Yes.
yes.
What is the difference between waterfall model and this V model? Major difference.
The major, there is nothing much major difference. Okay, like so here we are processing parallelly, like right, everything is based on these documents only. But in waterfall model, like it is only for, it's like only for small projects, not for heavy or large projects. Okay, like medium range one, we can treat as a waterfall model for only low level projects. Like if you go for a hotel or a restaurants, right, you will see, like if I press if I select Italy, okay, these are supermarket. If you choose like two dal something, right, these are small kind of projects. Okay, like otherwise if you go to audio shop, okay, they will see only some, what are the files available or what are the audio setting, what are the audio movies we have. So these are very low list, right? This kind of projects we can do with the waterfall model. And one more thing, that is ancient model. Like we are not following, no one is approaching that, because we are not at all handling. Those are all ancient. Okay, but these are all the where V models or agile model, okay, spiral model, these are used for any projects, okay, which can follow certain process. But in waterfall model we can't do any process, and it is also low level like low budget projects. Okay, very medium, sorry, very low level projects. Okay,
But here also after coding only we are doing the testing, right?
right. I told you, right, this is happens only for the longer larger projects or medium level projects. But waterfall or these things are followed only for the low level projects, where is minor projects. but the process is same. Okay, like it's also sequential model only. So from the requirements to testing, okay, or releasing, the process same, but the difference only is those will be used for only for small sized projects, and these are used for large or medium scale projects. Okay, so and don't think that large means like in spiral model we told about large projects means ISRO projects, NASA project, that type of projects. But here we can say banking application, okay, any financial application we can treat as a larger application. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me go with the... Okay, so in the validation also we will involve two types of testing. Okay, static testing and dynamic testing. Okay, there are okay. So here, for example, okay, we are testing the document, right? So in the verification model, we are testing the some documentations, right? Whatever SRS, CRS, HLD, okay. Okay, we are only testing the documents. So documents are always static, right? Documents are always static because we have some matter, okay, whatever we have, okay, these are all static only. It can't change, okay, until the customer has changed any requirement, then only we can treat as a the document has been changed. Until then, the documents, everything document is something like it's a static, we cannot change anything, okay, that is fixed thing. So this type of testing is called a static testing. So static testing means verifying the documentation part. We haven't tested any software, okay. Here we haven't tested any software, means static testing is means verifying the document, means reviewing the documentation, okay, reviewing. Reviews will happen, right? That is we can treat as a static testing. Okay, clear? What is static testing means? It is something like a verifying or reviewing the documents, which is static. Okay, documentation is something like we can treat as a static, right? It cannot change, right? Clear? Getting?
Getting.
Yeah, getting.
Okay. So another one is called as dynamic testing. So another one is dynamic testing. Okay. So it means once the software is ready, okay, and the validation process, once the software is ready, okay, here we will test this dynamically, because while passing multiple inputs, okay, and getting outputs are correct or not. So here we will validate in each and every step. So this is called as dynamic testing. Okay, let's say example, okay, if we are treating as a login page, okay, this is how when the software is get ready, then only we will do the validation part. Okay, so dynamic testing also will come here only. Okay, like username, password, okay, sign in something. Let's treat as a this is a login page, okay, and this is login button. Okay, now we are running our software application, and here we are giving username, okay, given as Suresh, and password is Suresh, and I clicked on login. I'm getting different output, okay, for my user. And now Sai Kumar came into picture here. So Sai Kumar is giving different his username, okay, and he is giving his password, and he is logging, and he is getting different home page. So these are dynamically changing, right? Here now we are not giving anything static. The page is static, okay, the page is static, but what are the inputs we are giving is completely is dynamic. Okay, we are giving a different set of users, okay, we are not giving the same users, right? So this we can treat as a, so in the while running the application, when whatever the inputs we are giving, that is called as, we can treat as a dynamic testing. Okay, dynamic means we can test on the running of an application. Okay, the static testing is, which is something like a verification, like a reviewing the documents which are already available documents. We are reviewing those documents. That is called as static testing. Static means which is static. It is fixed, something like it doesn't have any changes. Okay, the same documents, like by reading the newspaper, if you read the newspaper, the same content will be there. It doesn't change, right? So the documentation part is also same thing, like it doesn't change. The once the requirements is fixed, we cannot change. So that is documentation where we are reviewing or studying, that we can treat as a static. Okay, it is static. Okay, it means it is a non-movable. Okay, but application. Every time it will run. Every time we'll give different users. Okay, every time we'll test with different users, with different inputs. So that is, we can treat as a dynamic. Okay, clear?
Clear.
Yes. Clear.
Sandeep,
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sai Kumar,
Yeah, clear, sir. Yeah, clear.
Kartik,
Yes, sir.
Manikanta,
Clear, sir.
Soumya. Soumya is there in the call. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you joined and your friend dropped out. Okay. So dynamic testing is like that. So unit testing, integration testing, system testing, all comes under as a dynamic testing. So terminology is different, but both verification and static testing comes under one, and validation and dynamic testing falls into the same. Okay. So now under verification, okay, clear, right?
Yes.
Clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We have 8 more minutes. Okay, 8 more minutes. Okay. So while I'm telling about the verification, right, we use some techniques, right? Reviews, walkthroughs, right? Inspection. I told about that, right? So let me tell about these techniques. Okay. So okay, other people are joining. Okay, we'll continue this session on Monday. Okay, like we'll discuss more on the technical words. So what are the technical words we are using in the verification process? Okay, that is walkthrough, inspection, or all these types of technical words. Okay, these are not much important, but you should know. Okay, because you will learn in our day-to-day life. Okay, day-to-day work. Let me stop recording.